blackprint.com, and today I present to you Voices and Vibes. I am in Nova Scotia and I'm sitting with the beautiful Tia from Black Women in Excellence. Hello and welcome, Tia.
Hello, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. We want to learn more about your business. We want to learn more about you, and we want to learn more about these Black Women in Excellence because I think it's almost all of us, right?
Yes,
Yeah, pretty much.
Absolutely.
Pretty much. So tell us a little bit about you and tell us a little bit about your business, Black Women in Excellence.
Well, where do I start? I'm a serial entrepreneur.
Okay.
That's who I am. I've always worked for myself. I've always done what I want to do.
So you've never worked for anyone else?
I have, just to put the money right back in my business.
Okay, that's how we get started.
Yeah,
right?
literally.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was younger, of course, I worked McDonald's, Tim Hortons, stuff like that. And I think it's because I'm so defiant. I do the opposite of what people tell me to do.
Yeah.
So I figured the only way I can be successful in life is I have to do my own thing. I have to be my own business owner. I have to have my own money and do what I want to do, and that way I'll be happy.
Right.
So I am a serial entrepreneur, and for those who don't know what a serial entrepreneur is, it's someone who consistently, consecutively keeps starting a business and allowing the other businesses to pay for the new business.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So that's basically who I am. I am a mother. I have 3 children.
Okay. How old are your children?
My children are pretty old. My son's 26,
okay.
my middle is 23,
okay.
and my youngest is 15.
Girl, I have a 22 and an 18. Okay, so
yeah, I know. But when I think people are like, 26, girl, how old are you?
Oh,
and I was like,
that's none of your business.
Yes. No, I used to tell them. I was 14, but this is who I am today. So it's pretty cool, right?
Right, yeah. It's great to see the success stories because we would say, or like we would probably say back in the day, people will frown, obviously, about someone who has a child at such a young age, but for you to turn things around and now be a serial entrepreneur. I talk about this thing called like a entrepreneur prior to you actually becoming an entrepreneur and making that actual money, because I feel like entrepreneurs go through like a whole journey of ideas, right?
Absolutely.
To get started. So how many businesses have you had in total to today?
From when I very first started my first one.
The ones that you can remember.
Okay, it will be 4.
Okay,
I had a hair salon in 2008, 9.
Wow.
And
was it a location or was it like in your home?
No, it was location.
Oh wow, you go girl.
But I was, to be honest, if I could go back, I'd be like, girl, it was not for you. I did it because it was the in thing.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to sell weave, and I wanted to get all my girlfriends, we were in the clubs and stuff, and it was an in thing. It was a hangout spot too for a lot of Black women.
Nice.
We would come and hang out there.
We would gather.
All the time,
right?
listen.
Community.
Sometimes I would gather more than I'd make money. It was just something I wanted to do, and I wanted to feel the waters. It lasted about 3 years, and in that time span, I should say 5, because I actually started another little type of event thing. It was me and another girl from my salon, Lakita. And we decided to do a fashion event for plus size women.
Nice. And did you get started because people were in the salon and kind of spin off? It spin
No.
off? Oh, okay. This was just something new.
Because I've always been plus size.
I didn't mean from that. I meant like, did the conversation start in the shop? And then that's how you guys end up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically,
That's awesome.
I think she said to me, I can't remember, it's been years now, but we ended up talking about it, and I said, okay, let's do a show.
Okay.
Let's do a little fashion event.
Achieve irresistibly soft and hydrated skin with a Honam sugar scrub. Whether it's lemon, turmeric, or lime, polish away dead, dull, dry skin, lift dirt, and stimulate a natural, healthy glow. Then simply moisturize with Honam shea butter to reduce blemishes and marks. Love your Honam. Shop blackprint.com.
I'm pretty good with the hustle, and I mean for real hustle.
Right.
Where I can call people up and say, this is what I want to do. Can you sponsor us? This is what I want to do. We want to use your clothing line. Do you want to be a designer in the show? Blah, blah, blah. And we did one show, and we had like maybe 30 people show up.
Okay. Was that your first show?
That was the first.
That's a lot of people for your first show.
Not really. No, I was not happy.
What was your projections? Like, what did you want? What would have made you happy?
100.
Of course.
Like, where's the people? There's all kinds of plus size sisters over here. Everybody tells me how much I love my outfits because I wear what I want to wear.
Yeah.
I do not go with the standard. I don't even fit into the standards.
Right.
So I'm like, where are these girls at? They always talk about my clothes.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, I think the media got a hold of it, one of the events, and then we had a phone call from Ottawa.
Okay.
And they wanted us to come up there.
And do a show there?
Do a show.
Okay. And was it an organization that was calling you guys?
No, it was a restaurant. It was like a bar type restaurant.
Okay, wow. So the media really took you guys far.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I said to Keita, I said, girl, we're going to go to Ottawa. And she's like, what? I said, for the fashion show, they'll provide the models.
Yep.
Any models that want to come from here, they have to pay their own way, but they can come too.
Yep.
So we had 3 people that went out with us. And, you know, it was probably about 100, 150 people came.
Wow. Wait, in attendance?
Yeah, in attendance.
Oh, wow. So you went from 30 to 100. That is what, like a 70% part out?
Huge.
If my math is wrong, I'm going to take that part out.
No, it was huge. I was like, what? Okay, I was feeling it.
Yeah, yeah.
Then the media got a hold of that in
Wow.
Halifax. We come back to Halifax. We do another one at the same place, Halifax Forum.
Yeah.
And we sold tickets this time. We did better marketing, better promotions.
Yeah. You probably have more lead time now as well. And this is your 3rd show, so you know a bit of the pain points and what to like improve. Right.
And then we had like, you know, we had Pennington's.
Okay.
Pennington's was in our show.
Nice.
They were a sponsor. They put their clothing in. They allowed our women to wear them.
Nice.
We had bikinis, swimsuits, corsets. We had like, it was almost like a sexy little kitten type of show, I guess you want to say.
Nice. And it was all plus size women.
All plus size women.
That's amazing.
And I didn't mean plus size when I say size 10.
Yeah,
You had to be 18, 20 and up.
Oh wow, I thought you were going to say like 14
No,
up, but 18.
no.
Good.
No.
You know what? Good. Wait, what year was this then?
In 2010.
No, that's actually impressive because you don't see a lot of lines that actually have that carry.
That real plus size.
Yeah, and you have to like look for specialty shops, right? Sometimes you have to look for specialty shops from like 14 and up.
Yeah.
So imagine 18 and up. Yeah, it's hard.
It was very hard.
Yeah, and that kind of plays with you as a woman also, how you feel, right?
Lord, let me tell you.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I've always been confident. I am who I am,
Yeah.
and nothing breaks me. I just am who I am.
It's in you.
The show sold out.
That's amazing. So how many people? What sold out? What's that?
Like, I believe it was 350.
Ooh,
If I go back, it's
your
2022.
3rd show.
Yeah.
30, 100, 350.
It was literally sold out, like not the door.
Yeah.
Tickets pre-sold, done.
Where's the salon in this process?
The salon is still kind of going.
Okay, so you have employees,
Yes.
doing their thing.
And
so
they were plus size, so they didn't care.
But they should have been there to support because you were getting their hair
Yes.
did. All the girls here, all the women here
Yeah.
must have been looking good. So everybody should have come out and support.
They should have.
Yeah, okay,
But-
we'll leave them alone for now.
Yeah, we'll leave them where they're
we'll leave
at.
them alone.
It went great. And then me and my significant other at the time, we broke up after 20 years.
Yeah. So then life happens.
No, literally, he happened.
Oh.
Like, you just literally left me for one of my friends, everything.
Oh.
I shut the salon down.
Yeah.
I shut The Wait Is Over.
Yeah.
It never existed. I went MIA.
Wait, the wait is over? Is that what the
Yeah,
fashion
and then you can
fashion
go on
show-
YouTube and type it in and it'll still come up.
Oh, that's awesome.
There's still
We'll look
videos
that
on
up.
it,
We'll
yeah.
definitely look that up and
The
like,
Wait,
drop that in.
WEIGHT.
Okay, oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Yes. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, when we know how hard breakups can be. So where's your state of mind? Because, excuse me, when you have a business and you're with someone for 20 years.
3 kids, yes.
Oh, geez. You still have to be mommy.
Mm-hmm.
You still have to make money. And you're self-sustainable at this point?
Not really. Everything was just chaotic. At that point when I was, had my business, had The Wait Is Over, for me, it was just trying to get by, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I was still young. I had my last child at 25, so I was still young.
Oh, you were really young. Yeah.
I was 14 with one, 17 with the next, and then 25 with the last.
Okay.
And I don't know, I just was just doing it. And then that situation happened, and I literally shut down.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame you.
Like literally went MIA, moved out of my community of Mulberry Park.
Yeah.
Because people knew, I didn't know. So I was embarrassed, I was humiliated.
Oh, okay. Because you were too busy making money.
It was.
Yeah.
I was enjoying it. And I didn't, you think you see things, but you don't, because you don't think a person, we were together since I was 13, he was 14. Yeah. So we grew up together. Everything that he did, I did, and the community was ours. Like it was unbearable. So I actually moved away.
But people tend to especially at a young age, it's very few people. I mean, I don't know about now. I mean, maybe back then people stayed together for long periods of time. But sometimes when you get to a certain age, you start growing apart, and here you are blossoming, and someone's not getting a little bit of attention. I don't know if that's a situation there.
No,
but
it wasn't a situation.
Yeah.
The situation was we did grow apart.
Yeah.
And we should have broke up 10 years prior.
Okay.
Because we were both in different, levels of our life. He was, in the streets, drugs and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, I wasn't an innocent person that didn't know about it.
Yeah.
Start your morning with a delicious, gentle, natural cleanse. Encourage movement, release gas, and remove toxins as you revive your body for the day. Looking to release water weight and kickstart a healthier journey? Try botanically blended Gentle Ease Digestive Tea. Shop now on blackprint.com.
A big factor in it, but I was turning.
Yeah.
So I was in university. I was doing part-time studies, and I was just trying to do something. Yeah.
As well. Yeah.
And it just was, it just came out. He went to jail, and I found out when he went to jail.
Oh.
So 2 days after he went to jail,
Really?
my friend, who was his girlfriend at the time, was talking about it, and I found someone called me, told me, and it came out that way. So he wasn't even face to face to me for me to confront him.
Yeah.
He was in jail.
Okay.
So I literally,
Shut it down.
I shut everything about me shut down. My spirit, soul, everything. I was embarrassed, humiliated. I didn't go around my community for almost a year.
Okay.
I literally moved
But you need
away from it.
time to heal. You need time for yourself.
Absolutely.
Right? And then you need to kind of refocus and figure out what you want to do next. Because first you have your babies.
Yeah.
Right? You have yourself. So you got to kind of put some of that love back into yourself. So I don't think it's a bad thing to move away. I don't think it's a bad thing to take time and to be unapologetic about it. I think that it wasn't as normal back then, and now people practice self-love.
Oh
right?
yeah, absolutely.
Right?
It was selfish of me, I was told.
It was selfish of whoever said that. Or, for them to project that on you, because you need to be selfish at times, especially when you have that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it was just a bad, overall bad part of my life.
Yeah.
But it was also the best part of my life.
Because here comes the blossom. Here comes
Like
the
literally.
rebirth. Here comes the rebirth.
Yeah, that happened, and then
Tell us.
I just said one day, I'm finally gonna go out. A friend of mine at the time, she's no longer my friend now.
Yeah.
That will come later on too. She
it
was
happens
like,
though. We talked about just growing apart from him, and sometimes we grow apart from our girlfriends, and that's not a bad thing either.
Depending on how it happens though.
Well, girl, no, because sometimes those things gotta come out, and then you see who you're dealing with.
She made me go to a party, and I'm glad she did.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Girl, I'm so sick and tired of you sitting in the house. Like, get your hair did. Because I lost weight too through the process.
Yeah.
Because when I broke up with him, he took everything from me. Like, well, if you don't want to be okay with me having her as a side chick and you're my main, then I'm not giving you nothing. So I had no vehicle.
What is up with these men trying to strip us of? First of all, you can't strip us of shit. Let's just start there, right? That if you,
It was a thing.
Yeah.
It definitely was a thing, and I mean, it was probably I was at the lowest at the point.
Yeah.
So I was walking everywhere, and I ended up losing 120 pounds. So I was like at the smallest I've ever been, and I was healthy, I was happy. I ended up going to this party, and then I ended up meeting my fiance today.
Nice.
But if I didn't hit that rock bottom, I wouldn't have been secluded. I still would have been living this life.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have went to that party, and I wouldn't have met this guy I have now.
Yeah.
So things happen for a reason, but it was definitely my lowest point. Yeah. And I needed to figure out, because I was back on welfare. I was back going to food banks. I was literally at the lowest. I took my rent money to buy a little vehicle from Kijiji. Okay. Kijiji is like a little thing here in house. Do you guys have it? Yeah, okay. And I was like,
I believe Kijiji's like national.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But I said, give me a little beater to get me and my kids maybe be
bread
get
butter,
a little job.
Bread and butter.
And I had $500 I took from rent, and I bought this car. And you know what? It had like 8 months left on safety. I said, okay, I can do 8 months. I can get a job, do what I gotta do. Well, then come to find out, no child care because my kids were young.
Right. Right. So how approximately are the babies now?
Well, they're 26, 23, and 15.
Not now, during that time.
Oh, my youngest was 5.
Okay.
So
they're young.
Yeah.
5, you're still in daycare. Oh, no,
He
you
wasn't
just
in
started,
daycare.
no, you just, those were daycare, but he's in kindergarten, isn't he, in like
Yeah, my son.
senior kindergarten?
My son was, but my youngest wasn't, because I had subsidy.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
You have, in order to, you're on assistance, but in order for you to have subsidy for daycare, you have to be doing something. I wasn't doing nothing.
This whole cycle or circle, right?
I wasn't doing anything but sitting at home, so I just said, screw it. And I just started delivering newspapers.
Okay.
For Chronicle Herald at nighttime, back shift.
Yeah.
And I would take my youngest with me. And I always asked her, you remember? And she was like, sometimes I do, Mom.
Yeah.
And I would put her in the back seat, sleeping with the pillows and all newspapers around her. And I would drive from 12 a.m. until 4 a.m., deliver newspapers, come home, sleep, then get all the kids back up, get them to school, drag her with me. And then I'd have someone watching her, be a different person every day. Well, I started knocking door to door, asking they want me to clean their house.
Okay.
Literally, and then it just kind of started snowballing from there.
So then you now have a cleaning business?
I do.
Okay.
I do, 9 years.
So I have to say to you that I've delivered papers before.
Yeah.
With the fact I know.
Yes, we do have raccoons, and they're not scared of you. They come right to your car.
They're just a little too ignorant.
Or you just see a deer that walking around, they're like, okay, God, why is deer here?
You see people walking around, and that's scary, especially if you do like buildings and things like that.
And on top of that, you're a black woman out at 2, 3 in the morning driving a car, and guess what happens? The police want to know what you're up to in this neighborhood.
Exactly.
So I was getting pulled over all the time, just because of
even though you have stacks in your car.
Doesn't matter.
So what you doing? Oh, nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. I just thought I'd drive around and see what's going on in this neighborhood.
Yeah, but newspapers and my kid back here sleeping. Okay.
Yeah.
And I had 7 routes, so my newspapers were stacked.
Oh, girl, you were a hustler. I don't even know if that's the definition of hustling. You were working.
Well, I need the money.
Yeah.
You know, I say I'm better than what I am.
Yeah.
You know, I've been, you know.
Pride wasn't holding you back.
It wasn't. I didn't care. Like, it was what it was, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
I would go to food banks and walk by people I knew didn't care if my backpack filled.
Yeah.
And walking, people would say, "Do you want to drive?" No, I'm good, thank you.
Yeah.
And I was handling it. I was handling my shit like it didn't matter to me.
Yeah.
And you know, your pride doesn't mean anything when you have children.
You don't have time for pride.
There's nothing. It's your children. You know, you have to get through it to figure it out.
Yeah.
And you know, he wasn't a bad father at all. He just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
And I mean, God rest his soul, because he did pass away 2 years ago in a car accident. And but I always said to him, thanks. I always said to him, like, you know, we didn't speak for about a year after I got out of jail. We were like, me. Go after yourself. Like, it was nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing to talk about.
And then my fiance said, in order for us to have a good relationship to you have to heal.
Deep.
You have to forgive and heal. You need to have a conversation with him. Yeah. And I did that. And then me and him ended up being the best of friends.
Because you have to let it go, right?
Yeah.
Because if not, you're just going to keep going.
It was eating me out.
Yeah, you're just going to, and then you don't need that interfering with this new love.
Absolutely. And it was to the point where I wouldn't go anywhere that I thought I would see them. I would avoid grocery stores, drugstores, nightclubs, restaurants. If I thought they were going to be there, I'm like, oh, I can't go there because they may be there.
Wait, they were still together?
Right after I passed away.
Oh, wow.
They had kids and everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, you're right. He wasn't for you.
He wasn't for me. He was for her.
Wait a minute. So her kids and your kids have been brother and sister.
And my kids know her as auntie. Because that's how close, like, she was part of my family for years. But we ended up being great friends. Literally, we talk all the time. And, you know, we never had no animosity. And, you know, when he passed away, I said to my kids, one thing I can say is that I have such great closure because I was able to forgive him and move on. Imagine if I would have been holding that animosity and he passed, like, that would even put me deeper. So we ended up being great friends. We were just like we were back in the day. Like, yo, what's up? What are you doing? I'm like, if I go see my boo, do you want to take Zaria, my youngest daughter, Zaria?
Yeah.
Do you want to take Zaria for a weekend? He's like, yeah, bring her over.
That's good.
So it
and
worked
it's
out.
mature.
It is.
So let's go back to the cleaning business, because you're knocking on doors and you started a cleaning business, and now you still have a cleaning business. Is that correct?
I still do, yeah. It just turned 9 July 2nd.
Woo!
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Yeah,
Happy
thank
birthday.
you. It was great.
So why don't we take a break right
Absolutely.
here, and we'll be back and hear more about the cleaning business.
Yes, let's do it.
Thank you.